Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Magic Arena Run. Today it's workshop day and it's actually workshop slash brawl day. So we have two legendaries that they decided to build around. At least all colors are represented. Again, I feel like they really should have more than two, but let's see, because these two are very interesting at first glance. So let's take a look at Cheville, Bane of Monsters. So 2 mana Planeswalker, black green. Has death touch, 1/3 death touch, and at the beginning of your upkeeps, if your opponents don't ha- don't have a permanent with a bounty counter on it, you put a bounty counter. It goes on a target creature or target planeswalker an opponent controls, and whenever said permanent with bounty counter dies, you gain 3 life and draw a card. So based on that, we can see that everything here is designed around killing our opponent's creatures. So let's take a look. We got Erebos' intervention that will kill a creature. Death Touch will also kill a creature. Sheffield can also kill creatures just fine, although it will probably kill him too. We also got Crawl Harpooner can kill flyers. Rabbit Bite, Ram True, Warbriar Blessing, Fight Effects. Voracious Hydra also good at killing creatures. Murderous Rider also very good. Trashing Brontodon. I don't think they're enchantment creatures on our opponent's side, but that's a possibility. Leyline Prowler has Death Touch. Elspeth's Nightmare is a destroy effect. Band Together is fight. It's more like a punch effect, yeah, because it's two people punching one of your opponent's things. Charge of the Forever Beast, also a direct damage effect. Polukranos also very good at killing stuff. Deathless Knight trades rather efficiently, though we are kind of looking for gain life effects there. Cavalier of Night also very good at fight. Then we got Gargos, Kogla, Fine Finality. Back for more, also a good fight effect. So a lot of big things though. Let's see, the Beanstalk Giant, more of a tree drop because we're definitely casting it then. And we also finish off with say Endry's Forerunners if we haven't decimated our opponent's board yet. So this is probably gonna be the very popular one. Also 2 colors, shouldn't be that hard to hit. Then you got Vadrox, Apex of Thunder. So very cheap 3 mana Jeskai colors for a 3/3 flying first strike, and has a mutate of 4, about 4 mana. But whenever this creature mutates, you may cast a non-creature card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard for free. So that said, converted mana cost 3 or less. So let's take a look at the ones we got, and it doesn't exile it afterwards. So you could just recast the same thing over and over. Caveat being, what are the good ones? So we got God's Willing to Protect Our Stuff, Opt, Shock, there's not that many creatures here, but there are a good number of zombie army tokens. Callousness Missiles and zombie army, Lazotep Plating zombie army, Forbidden Friendship, just regular tokens, but Honor the God Pharaoh zombie army, Invade the City zombie army. So even though on paper it looks like we don't have that many creatures, we actually have quite a little bit more. And we also got things like Murmuring Mystic and Talran to beef up on creatures as well. Cub Warden is also a good mutate effect, as well as Lord Drakis to return one of our instants and sorceries. Sea Dasher Octopus for more card draw. Symbiote to make stuff cheaper. There's also the Everquill Phoenix, also a very good mutate effect. It's also something that keeps coming back. Ral Storm Conduit. So we're pretty much about the copy effect, but we do get to ping. We do get to drain our opponents quite a bit. Well, not drain, more like ping our opponents down quite a bit. Whirlwind of Thought to help us draw into more cards. Kind of wish Narset was here, but let's see what else. Dreamtail Herald mutate to draw a card. Pouncing Shore Shark mutate to return creature. Clash of Titans if we need to get 2 big creatures to fight each other. Cyclops Electromancer, probably one of our finishers if we cast a lot of spells. Then there's also Shark Typhoon, which is very good at a non-creature spell deck. And Inspired Ultimatum as another finisher. Got the two Azorius split cards, pretty effective. That said, I'm probably gonna start off with Cheville. Just as a warm-up of sorts. Also, I don't feel like I'm running into mana trouble so early. the deck, at least the Vadrox deck is pretty much main blue red. That's the primary, so at least we have to keep that in mind. So okay, got a decent start. We are not exactly ramping up yet, so we can go Guildgate turn 2 Goose. Actually, no, this is quite bad. I'm gonna use the free mulligan. Okay, turn 1 Goose into not much else. I guess I will keep this one because if we hit one more mana for another creep, we could hit Deathless Knight. That's also a very good ram true target. Actually, we can just do. Yeah, we got the turn 1 Goose, turn 2 Cheville. Ram True is actually quite good here because it carries over the Death Touch effect. So right now we're hoping our opponent, shocks the Goose. That's okay. Opponent is kind of primary in removal, so I'm actually gonna play the Guildgate first. Also noticing quite a bit of slowdown here. I had to do a lot of changes to my computer recently. I'm gonna check. No, it's not net traffic. Okay, turn 3 command tower. Opponent's taking their time. I'm taking our time. I could just play Cheville. Hope our opponent doesn't have just answers by playing Vadrox. That is flying first strike after all. Opponent could also. I'm actually gonna go with that. Worst case scenario, I can just cast him again next turn. The animation effects for the mythic humans are well, let's just say that they're not that high def. They're okay, I suppose. Now our opponent has to decide, does he go for the Vadrox plan or does he go for... Okay, so definitely just goes for Vadrox, so simple 3-3, that's... So here's the thing, I can just cast Murderous Rider. No, let's save it for something else. We'll start with the Ram Troop. Target creature I control, opponent controls. Yep. Yeah, I was wondering what took it so long. So oh, it didn't. That's actually a horrible thing because it did not die. It went to the command zone, so it doesn't trigger. That, but we at least got one thing out. Now we just have to hope to hit. We could just play Deathness. Okay, now there's a bear target. We could use a lot more mana though. Let's keep that token. Okay, not hitting our mana, so we arc. Hold on. Deathless Knight has haste. Opponent's not gonna block this. But okay, I'm just doing this now because we really need to hit mana. Okay, does our opponent have God's Willing? That's the problem. If opponent gets white, that's God's Willing, then we can't even attack. He has it, does he? Yep. Oh well, stuck on mana. It's story of my life. And I don't even get a Murderous Rider back. Our opponent, well, can't quite mutate. Doesn't have flash, so... But our opponent's hitting mana, that's a problem for us. Opponent hits a Shark Typhoon, so we're in real trouble. Okay. I could just play Vivian just to... When you cast your next creature, search your... Because I can at least tick her up, get the reach counter just to block this off. My concern is that we're going... Or I could just play Cavalier Thorns. Because that can also block this. Get the Castle Garen Brig. Nice. Might as well swing. So next turn we can cast Great Henge, get some mana up, cast say a Deathless Knight. We could, if we can get, we need Cavalier to survive, because if I just dig for the Torn Mammoth, say, I will need to hit a 7th mana. So far I don't think our opponent is that cooperative. Yeah, none of these spells are that attractive. That said, yeah, opponent goes Giant's Greeting, so... Okay, so we will have... Well, yeah, Command Zone. We'll pass on the benefits. I'm also noticing quite a bit of slowdown. Okay, we did hit our 7th mana. Oh, casting Great Henge. There are no I don't think there are counter spells in our opponent's deck. So we can say... Because I can just cast Deathless Knight, swing. But... I'm gonna cast Vivian. Tick up, just tick up, get something so that we can at least block the smaller shark. Yeah, I definitely want to reach her.
Beauty lies in variation.
And yeah, we're not... At least we know we got another land draw. So... Next turn we play... Next turn we can play Polukranos and fight, say either the Phoenix or the... Our opponent is very inclined to mutate this one so that he gets value back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then these two to pay that. Okay, I won't have enough to cast both Cheville and Polukranos. Opponent goes for the Flame Spill. So we're gonna lose Vivian, but we can snipe something in the interim. Yeah, that's a case of yeah, we kinda got Cheville, but not in the best way possible. Opponent's bound to... Yeah, actually, I would not be surprised if our opponent mutates now. He has the Flame Spill. It's like, what, 6 to mutate. And it's probably mutate onto this smaller shark. Actually, no, he could... No, who am I kidding? He mutates onto here. Just to get the mini token so that the Everquill Phoenix keeps coming back. I do have enough cards that likewise that I probably could just cast Polukranos and fight something. It's gonna be a bit of a losing battle fight. Oh, opponent's not going for it yet. He just used up God's Willing. I'm trying to see how does he... Oh wait, Pouncing Shore Shark. Oh no, Warrant. Okay, this is probably...
Don't worry, I hold.
Okay, actually wait, I did a miscount on the mana. Opponent is out of cards though. And actually the interesting thing is converted mana cost. These split cards are total, so he will not be able to get those split cards. But they are very efficient, so okay, cool. So let's do the math here first. I can cast this, draw another card. I'm pretty sure it's... No, I know it's a forest from last time, so... Say I draw a card, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 3 to trigger this. Let's just recast the Cavalier. Okay. Yeah, I'm losing a lot of creatures here. Find Finality is very good though. So we'll pass the turn. So we have an opportunity to do a board wipe. And our creatures will mostly survive. So we do have a board wipe. That's actually quite nice. And I don't actually mind Polucrinus biting the dust. We have quite a bit of fodder to buy him back. Inspired Ultimatum. Well, we are not... I guess we're not nuking the 7/7. But... Interesting. So first we nuke the Phoenix. Actually, yeah, it's a shame we can't... We don't have enough damage to put on here. If we can draw a way to do extra damage. Well, sure, our opponent can still catch up with Shark Typhoon, but... Also take note. Let's say I did Find Finality, put the counters here. I won't be able to respond in the middle, so that's a bust. Okay, land's also a bust. Hold on. So it's 6 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can do that and recast. I can also just swing with Cavalier first. Let's see if our opponent falls for it. Okay, it doesn't fall for it. So, Find Finality. We are going to put 2 counters on here. Wipe this entire board. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm actually gonna recast Shovel first. Okay, that's it. End the turn. So we're gonna take a bit of damage, but next turn we can... Yeah, we can snipe this one. So at least we... Opponent does... Yeah, he did get a grip of cards courtesy of that ultimatum. Nice thing is, if Cavalier dies and our opponent has a lot of small stuff, we can just buy back the Find Finality. It's basically regrowth, which is very good here. Opponent has to unload their board at this point. Well, I don't mind having the 8/9 Cav. And the upcoming 12/12 will become a 5. Actually, no, it's 12. It's a 14/14 that will become a 7/7, which is fine, I guess. Opponent will swing. Actually, nice to have all this mana. That said, okay. Opponent cycles the crystal. Could have cast it if he just well, I think he's looking for something else if he's gonna cycle the crystal. He could have easily just cast it to get the Storm Conduit. That's 4/4, which is... Well, my first concern is 7/7. I need to check. I might have enough mana to do both. Opponent is scrying.
Danger only makes field research more interesting.
There is a bounce effect, but it's sorcery speed, so he has to pull it now. Okay, guess not. So we're gonna nuke the 7/7. Yeah, now we're drawing lands. So Enforcer, not so great. Let's exile 6 other cards, so let's exile cards we'll never get back. Remorse, Arcane Signet, Murderous Rider, Gilded Goose, Giant Growth, and Ram Troop. Definitely want to keep Define Finality as an emergency escape button. Oh, it's actually, sorry, it's only 13/13. But I have enough to actually snipe both of these guys. So hold on. So fight the 7/7, draw a card. Gain 3 life, draw a card. Then, ooh, got the Voracious Hydra, but will abuse Pelucanos. Opponent might have a burn spell in response. Oh no, concedes. Whew. Okay. So yeah, opponent sees that even if he takes care of it, it's just reloading. Yeah, I should be able to clear the board at that point. So that was very scary at first. When your opponent has resolved Shark Typhoon and is the non-creature deck, they're pretty much going to win usually. We got 500 gold off that. Let's give the other deck. Let's give Vadrock a try. I guess it also helped our opponent was not very aggressive. Did our opponent flood out? In a way, yeah. In a way, he kind of flooded out. What did he cast? What did he cast before Shark Typhoon? Actually, just 2 cards. No, he also cast a God's Willing to protect, but that's quite it. Otherwise, not so much. Okay, so turn 1 Epiphany. Okay, so we're on the very slow start. I think our opponent is playing the green-black deck, so that said, let's map out our plan. So turn 1 Epiphany, turn 2 Gateway Plaza, turn 3 we can Symbiote and Opt. We're gonna keep this one, but I'm probably I could lose this one because it's really slow. So I'm looking for a land that does not come into play. Tap Murmuring Mystic. I don't have any non-creatures in this hand except save the Opt, and I'm probably gonna cast that. So am I willing to go Polywog Symbiote? No. Basically, I kind of want to discourage our opponent from playing Cheville. Okay, plays Gilded Goose, that's fine. Pouncing Shore Shark, that's a plan. So we're gonna play the Gateway Plaza. Get as much mana out as we can. Then next turn I could just play the Symbiote. Because then again, turn 3 Symbiote. Okay, this comes in play tap, so I have to decide between the Symbiote or the Opt. Also, even with this, I will need about 5 mana to do this and bounce. There's a Jaya's Greeting, so I guess we have our play. Forbidden Friendship, no, we need lands. So next turn, opponent goes all in and shuts. Shark Typhoon by itself is not gonna do much. Yeah, I'm gonna Opt first. Mountain, good. We'll take that. Here's the thing, as soon as I cast Vadrok, it's gonna get killed. Ral doesn't do much. As much as I like the mutate with this, what am I getting back? Giant's Greeting. Okay, I'm gonna play the Symbiote. Because our opponent did have to spend his mana this way. This is... Poliwag's gonna die. Yep, Elspeth's Nightmare. Is this powered? So yeah. Opponent does draw his land. And we're gonna lose all the cards there. So let's see. In your graveyard. Oh, we get a 2/2. I'm gonna actually just you know what? Let's get the 2/2 out first. It's basic. Sure, yeah, we're kind of feeding this. We'll probably lose, yeah, the Shark Typhoon. I could have just say cycled it for a 2/2 flyer. Opponent rams through. Yeah, we're gonna be way behind. Also, there's no storms. There is no Storm's Wrath here. He's already up to 32 life. Okay, we drew another land, but it's Windscarred Crag. Okay, since we're gonna lose all the cards in our graveyard, I'm going to just play Ralph first. Let's start scrying our way out of here.
Yep. Victory looked good.
So
You can
what
bury
are you
your
looking
crimes,
for?
But your past always comes back to haunt you.
Well, we do need a lot of land, and so far we're only being pinged for 1 each. I'll take the land. Yeah, it's painful losing the graveyard, but that's what Elspeth's Nightmare's for. I'm definitely gonna give this deck another shot. Only goes Meteor Golem. Wow. They hit.
This isn't
Oh yeah, they started first. So okay, so all of a sudden this is not looking so great. Got a crystal. Okay, so neither of these has a cheaper mutate. I guess I'll play the Heron. Definitely not gonna block. Yeah, it's horrible to play this deck if against this one, especially if they go first. Did I go first in that last game? Because yeah, a lot of they have a lot of one-on-one removal. That's all very good. So thankfully they decided to tap out for this. You can make a food token. So I can end up bouncing this. I'm definitely not bouncing this. Opponent has 3 mana. Actually, they could kill. Well, not quite. So I can actually play. I can actually play this as is. Yeah, all of a sudden this short shark pounce is not so great. I could pounce Cheville just to delay him. Also trying to remember if there's any... Yeah, over. So what do I bounce? I guess I could bounce this guy. Sure, he just cast it again for 2 mana, but it does slow him down a bit. Yeah, take action. Opponent probably puts it in his hand. Got Winged Words, so we can draw a few cards, kinda get back in the game. Not really. Also, no place Harpooner gets to snipe this board. I question our opponent not playing Cheville first. He could have gotten the card draw that way. It's not tied to the counter, it's tied to him. Well, it does feel kind of weird though. That said, yeah, I'm gonna double check if we have a board wipe, but I think we're way behind at this point. Like, how much damage is this gonna even deal? None. So I guess draw two. Let's draw 2 cards and see what we get. Got a flame spill, so that's so we can enter tap instant. Okay, our opponent has ways to get cards back, so I'm gonna torch the Leyline Prowler because this also has lifelink. Yeah, it's a shame we lost some of these other cards, but couldn't be helped. Okay, we lose the Cyclops also. Torn Mammoth, but thankfully no creature. Well, Cold Comfort, no creatures. Yeah, we're gonna concede this one. Yeah, barring some massive destroy effect, like we can cast the Inspired Ultimatum. They'll draw some cards again. Here's our opponent just going off. And yep, that's a Plains. So let's see if we can... That's fine. Most of the mistakes were mine. We'll give this a shot again, but we'll do a quick examination here first. Let's see what are our... Yes, as confirmed, there is no mass removal here. Pretty much I would call that the number one cardinal sin. You need to have some form of mass removal. Like a Storm's Wrath here would have been a way out. You always need to have a good way out. Clash of Titans could work in some cases, but not that much. Yeah, take a look at the Shovel deck for instance. They had one board wipe, Find Finality. In fact, that was kind of what brought me back into the game from the last shot. So yeah, I guess it's the same mistake I made back in the Singleton match. It's about when you try to get too cute on your own synergy that you forget that you're playing a game against another opponent. You're not playing single. You may be playing Singleton or Brawl, but you're not playing Solitaire. Oh well. So already my opinion of the Vadra, I like that. I like the idea. I might actually prefer it as a Narset deck, say. So this is not keepable. This is not keepable. We can't even cast the Justice Strike to save our lives. This is keepable, albeit very slow, but if we can go removal for the time being, we might do just fine. So we go Windscarred Crag, Gateway Plaza, turn 3. Knock on wood, our opponent does not have Elspeth's Nightmare. Opponent doesn't go for the Chevy immediately. Okay. Yeah, autopay. Also note that the sheer number of lands that come into play tap when you're playing 3 colors, especially in the Singleton format. Okay, let's say I amassed. Oh wait, that's an interesting... It's interesting, but that doesn't make it good. I might just be better off casting Flame Spill. Yeah. Better casting Flame Spill. Let's not... Again, no reason to be cute. So our opponent will have to spend their entire turn again. Which he promptly does. This is a sorcery, sad to say. Yeah, I'm gonna put our opponent at a point where he needs to cast something else. If we draw one more mana, I guess I could just play the Electromancer. At least we get the benefit of pinging our opponent. We could also just play... Okay, opponent goes for the 4-5. So we've got the command tower up. Oh wait, that's an interesting play. Bounce this. Amass 3, so now we have a 4-4. Opponent can still come... Well, if our opponent recasts the Hydra, it's probably not to... Now, the interesting thing is we can mutate the Vadrox over, so it's a 3-3 with 4... So it's a 7-7. But remember, our opponent has tons of removal, so we are going to... So if we do that, we're basically sacrificing our 2 creatures here. In fact, more often than not, it's only good to mutate if you actually have value. So our opponent's gonna grow this. Got Fabled Passage. Okay, we need triple red, so 1, 2. We need double blue and some white. So we got 2 that can tap for any. Let's just get the white source. This doesn't have reach, but it's if I do this, it's just asking to get killed. It's a real big feels bad. I could just play the Cyclops Electromancer instead, ping our opponent for a bit. Oh wait, no, it doesn't target creature. I kind of sequenced that wrong. Or did I sequence that right? It really depends. If our opponent plays another creature instead of a kill spell... Yeah, because Clash of Titans is quite expensive. If our opponent plays a mana, goes for the Shovel again, we can get a blowout here. Opponent can't go cast Shovel based on... Just with this one alone, he could cast a big 6-drop. And I'm trying to... Or Sovereign Force. Oh, that's perfectly fine. So we take the hit. And say thank you to our opponent for playing a death creature. I'm trying to remember if there are any pump effects. Not that it matters in this case. Opponent could do a fight effect to take out one of our guys first. There is no protection effect in these colors. Yep. And we have the Depose Deploy if we need to. Why that? We just need one more mana, hit Inspired Ultimatum. That will snipe. That would snipe that will snipe the Chevy. Deploy. Nope. Opponent goes Torn Mammoth whenever it. Okay, so I'll snipe this one. So we need an answer to a big creature. Winged Words. I'm probably gonna just end up cycling this. We've got Everquill Phoenix, but we sorely need the land. We're definitely gonna tap down the Torn Mammoth before it attacks. Oh, almost clicked there. Oh, got a land, but it comes into play tap, so I can cast Everquill. I can also do it in reverse. Though it doesn't... well, neither method has haste. Okay, we got the crystal if we do that. So I'm probably gonna... I probably will just play the crystal. No, I want to do this as a 1-2. I don't want to play the shore shark. Is it... I'm going to have to just take the hit. Also, let's do a check. What can we get? We can't get back Clash of Titans. We can't get back Depose. We can get back Lava Coil or Flame Spill. Yeah, because our opponent still has 4 cards. I'm gonna take the hit. So we got 8 mana. And raise 4. Oh, okay. Are we still... okay, 7, 10, 20. Yeah, that's... yep, even if I would have barely survived if I played one of these. So, yep, no dice. Yeah, trying to play creatures 1-for-1 is not a great answer. We're gonna do one. We're gonna do one more game. See if it's third time's the charm. Otherwise, while there's still plenty of time, just do yourself a favor. Play the green black. It's a lot more consistent. You have a good idea what you want. That said, there is I'm starting to think that if you manage to hit 3 mana untapped on turn 3, so far it hasn't happened to me yet. Just play Vadrox, then bait out the removal. So we also got Farfinder. So definitely, yeah, we're definitely not casting. So turn Hallowed Fountain, Gateway Plaza. No, we'll do Sacred Foundry, Gateway Plaza, Island, Vadrox, bait remove, or I could just do Farfinder. Because if I mutate onto this one, I can cast Startling Development for free. It gets us a free shot. So those are the issues that we get. We have to kind of sequence everything. It's not quite fun. And let's see. Gilded Goose? Come on, everyone has Gilded Goose turn 1. There we go. Fortune favors everyone else. So opponent will probably do turn 2 Chevy. I'm willing to just cast a Farfinder. Oh, because all our opponent's creature kill, it's... well, the only one that's kind of dependent is the Elspeth's Nightmare, and even then it's plays Paradise Druid, so he's gonna wait it out. I'm still gonna play Farfinder. Kind of go for the one big turn. So given all the blue I have, I still have, but I'm gonna take a blue mana source anyway. So next turn. Ooh, I don't have the mana for this. Opponent now plays Shadow. Elysian Caryatid. He's gonna play a lot of big stuff. Okay, here's an interesting trick I can do here. I can attack with Farfinder. Incite the block. Startling Development, then bounce the other thing with Callous Dismissal. If he does not, mutate over, draw a card, and Callous Dismissal. Hold on, our opponent has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I bounce the Paradise Druid, it's 5. If I bounce Chevel, that's 6. But he gets to draw cards. He has a lot of 7. Well, Torn Mammoth's a 7. Meteor Golem's a 7. Let's put him on 6. That might be the... Because our opponent will probably just put a counter here. Probably get a kill. We can just Vadrox the token instead. Let's see if our opponent actually has 2 kill spells. That would be annoying. But what we can do is we can play a mountain, cycle Startling Development, mutate onto whoever survives. Opponent goes Cav of Torrent. Nope, we're not doing that. We're going to bounce the Cav. Wait. Okay. Take the hit. Because I can actually kill Shovel this way, but no, we'll take the hit. Okay. It's not for... Okay, neither of these trigger for each time it mutates, so... Yeah, definitely over, so that's actually 4-4. Then, yeah, cast. Bounce Cav. And I now got a separate token, which is actually great. Lord Drakis, so we got that option. So, opponent needs to start killing our stuff. The only nice thing is that everything is so spread out that it's gonna take up. Goes for the finality, so he can save Shovel. Yeah, let's cycle it. Oh, he chose not to put a counter. Yeah, command zone. So we both start on an empty board. So we're gonna go command tower first. I could just Warden this one. I could also just play Lord Drakis, but okay, here's an alternative. I'm gonna play Winged Words. Let's see if we can draw something else. Okay, that is something else. Then I'm going to play Lord Drakis just to bite the removal spell, I suppose. Now we can't Inspired Ultimatum and Vadrox at the same time. Opponent's probably gonna kill this and just cast some. Oh, he could just cast the Cav of Thorns. My concern is what he gets back. And I'm also the deck that does not have Graveyard Hate. So that's actually a huge... Yeah, so all in all, I'm starting to think that there are certain elements that kind of every Brawl deck needs to have access to. The opponent goes back for more... Fights one creature we don't control. That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did it take some time off? Shark Typhoon... Inspired Ultimatum, unfortunately, is... So we're gonna take 7 damage. Then our opponent probably casts something else, so... It's really kind of up to us to... So we have to play the Inspired Ultimatum, hopefully snipe something our opponent plays. Opponent plays Cav. Okay, that's expected. I want him to play Shovel again. Paradise Druid. Do I just... Any target, so fine. We'll Target player gains 5 life. Target a creature, so then another so deal 5 to our opponent. And we're gonna have to discard 2 cards, so we'll discard the Izzet Guildgate and the Temple of Enlightenment. I need cards that could come into play untap. We could still lose the Shark. Or at least it forces our opponent to play a kill spell before engaging us. Our opponent probably wants to, well, band together. So we'll take 14 damage. Let's see if we can get this plan to work. Place Shovel. So first let's take the huge hit. I could play Talrand. So that allows me to get extra Drakes, and it's, if our opponent has Mason Forerunners, it's kind of over anyway. So Talrand first. Invade the city. So we get 3 tokens. And we still have Warrant Warden up if we need it. And we still have Warrant Warden up, so we can take this is put it just this one just puts it back on top. This opponent's gonna go for that. I'm concerned that he just goes, well, if he has the kill spell, I go Lassiter Plating as Harpooner, so he's gonna go for the card draw. I'm surprised he didn't go for this shark. If he knew this was the plan, he should have gone for. So based on what happens, we gang up on Cav of Thorns. We could delay the beans. My concern is, what does we have to respond to whatever our opponent gets. Back for more is a problem, because he can get back anything great. We have no way of attacking our opponent's top of library, but I guess that's part of it. Wait, or do we? Callousness Missile. I can't get back Inspired Ultimatum. I can only get back opponent goes Warbriar Blessing. Let's see what creature he fights. That token is... okay. He's down to 6 mana. Okay. So stop after attackers. Let's see if we actually have enough. So we bounce this, so that's 1 less attacker. Got 2 blockers. I will have to trade off. I can just take the 2 from the Paradise Druid, I suppose. So we solve all. And Deathless Knight is returned to hand. So past the blockers. This is a must block. This is a must block. This is a must block. Down to 3. Very kind of cutting it close. We can also just mutate with Cub Warden, so we can get some. We can get some more smaller creatures. Opponent yeah, we have to mutate with Cub Warden. I cannot go down to 1 life, so Forbidden Friendship 2. Okay, so let's do the math here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll have 5 mana left over. Also I need, whenever you cast an instant, you may cast target. Okay. So Vadrox cap. So I'm actually gonna play Forbidden Friendship just to, yeah, I'm gonna save the Lazatep plating. We're swinging with Cub Warden and the token. So we're we're chumping we're basically chumping the Cavalier of Thorns. Or if our opponent does not, we Vadrox Callous Dismissal. Opponent redraws Beanstalk. I guess he just casts it straight. So, oh, he's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he has the mana to do both. He won't have the mana to do both and Cheville. Yeah, how much is this to cast now? 6, so he probably will just cast the Beanstalk Giant. So we... Oh, he goes for the Chevy. So, opponent's probably... Yeah, he's gonna swing. Here's the thing, we cannot let that die. So, pass the blockers. Block with token. Yeah, you have to pay attention, that make sure it doesn't have trample. Let's not cast that yet. Okay, got more mana. We have to go all in here because we need to start stacking stuff. So, yeah, still under because the 3/5 is still bigger. So, what spell do we cast? I need to draw cards. I also need to bounce stuff. Oh, opponent concedes there. Yeah, we just go wide around him, so we find... Whew! That was a very good game. That was a very close one at that. So, yeah, there you go. It turns out we can overwhelm that deck, but it's not very easy. And it turns out having all those mutate creatures actually works. So, it's, yeah, just be judicious. It also helped that our opponent didn't draw a lot of the spot removal, and technically we had the tempo edge there. But otherwise, that wasn't so bad. I definitely enjoyed the Cheville deck. I'm kind of learning to like the Vadrox deck, though I probably would still make some changes. Anyway, that's it for this episode of the Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, turn on notifications and whatnot. So next time, maybe another Brawl deck, but we'll see. Until then, thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you guys again next time. Take care. God bless. Stay safe, everyone, wherever you are.